Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm joined again by Andre McClendon, longtime collaborator of the channel and friend of the channel. Welcome back, Andre.
Thanks, man, for inviting me. I can't wait to get into some fun topics today.
Yeah, so we are doing like a two-part series. This is part two of the 15 biggest financial blunders in history. So we're actually going to make this a little bit more. We're going to go off script because we already covered 5 of them. So I'm going to kind of run through the other 10, and then we're actually going to segue into NVIDIA earnings because those of you that follow me know I've been talking about that quite a bit. And we'll talk about what an exciting day it was, of course, for me with NVIDIA and all that. But let's run through. So the next topic on the list is the Great Depression. So we're going to go over the Great Depression in 90 seconds here. We have a short little clip, and then we'll talk about it.
A time when the world economy came crashing down. It all started on October 29th, 1929, known as Black Tuesday. The stock market lost billions in value, wiping out investors overnight. Banks failed, businesses closed,
You can hear that, right?
100%.
Cool.
and unemployment soared. The Dust Bowl added to the misery, with severe droughts devastating farmlands and forcing families to flee their homes. People lived in makeshift shanty towns called Hoovervilles, relying on soup kitchens to survive. The government struggled to respond. In 1933, Franklin D. Roosevelt took office and introduced the New Deal, a series of programs aimed at relief, recovery, and reform. Public works projects provided jobs, Social Security offered support, and new regulations aimed to prevent future crashes. Though it took a decade and the onset of World War II, the Great Depression finally ended, leaving lasting changes in its wake.
So there's a lot to unpack there. So the Great Depression obviously was the biggest, economic downturn in our country's history. We also had the Great Recession, as they call it, in 2009 or 2007 to 2009. These kind of downturns always suck. They always disproportionately impact like the working, middle, and poorer classes of people. Um, and this was actually Social Security was created as a result of this. I like to tell people very often, um, Social Security was never like meant to be somebody's retirement. A lot of people,
Yep.
there's like millions of people that end up using it as their retirement. It was created as a response to the Great Depression, so people literally didn't starve. But yet, unfortunately, all too often it gets used as people's retirement. Um, Me personally, this may be a bit of an unpopular opinion, but if I had my way, I would opt out and I would just do my own because I could actually grow that money faster than whatever the government is going to pay me. The other thing in the Great Depression compared to future or ensuing recessions, as we know, over the last 15 years or so, uh, the concept of a stimulus check was kind of a new, I guess, invention, so to speak. We didn't have that in the Great Depression. People literally just lost their job and they were kind of SOL. But especially during COVID, we got like three. Some people got like three stimulus checks, and look what it did. Caused massive inflation, got us to where we are now. Like if I had my way, I would just give those checks back and take back the prices that we had 4 years ago, basically, if I had it my way. So, um, like I said, a lot we're unpacking there, but we haven't had another depression since. Um, and now we kind of paper over everything, smooth over everything, issue stimulus checks, things like that. So that's that one. I'm gonna kind of breeze through these others really quick, not spending too much time. Um, I think it's safe to say. So we were trying to come up with a topic here, so we kind of did like a chat GPT like quick list of like 15
Yep.
the 15 biggest like financial blunders is what we called it. Um, so that was number 6 on the list. I'm going to just breeze through the other 9 relatively quick here.
Let's
So
see.
I'm going to pull up your email and just kind of breeze through these.
Give me a
So let's
second.
see. Okay,
Is this
so
one?
we've got. Did you announce it to your channel, by the way,
Yeah,
that we were
that's
live?
in my
Okay,
channel right
cool.
now.
Okay, so in the last video we covered FTX, we covered '08, We covered Enron. We covered Bernie Madoff. We covered the dot-com bubble.
Mm.
Now we just covered the Great Depression. The next one, most people probably don't know too much about this one. It's called The Fall of Long-Term Capital Management in 1998. LTCM was a hedge fund run by Nobel Prize winning economists, collapsed due to risky leverage trades, nearly crashing the global financial system, forcing a $3.6 billion bailout. Wow, that's nothing compared to today's standards.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I mean,
I mean, everything now is in trillions. And then number 8, the Archegos
mm,
Capital Meltdown. This one I've actually not too familiar with. Bill Huang's highly leveraged bets on stocks like Viacom CBS led to 20 billion in losses, causing major banks like Credit Suisse and Nomura to take massive hits. Number 9, Volkswagen short squeeze. Traders betting against Volkswagen got trapped in a historic short squeeze, sending Volkswagen stock to a ridiculous $1,000 per share, costing short-term sellers billions. Now that one's interesting.
yeah. Do you have a video
Short
on that?
squeeze. Yeah,
That
I
was
might actually want to pull one of those up real quick. So it was Volkswagen in 2000, Volkswagen short squeeze of 2008.
yeah.
Here we go. This is a kind of a long video, but
That's cool. I think
let's.
something that watch would be pretty cool.
Oh, never mind. There's something else here actually. You know, it's funny. Little behind the scenes baseball.
Mm,
Little inside baseball. So a lot of these
yeah,
YouTube automation. Oh, there we go. So
there we go.
when you're trying to grow on YouTube, one of the first things you want to do, you want to have an interesting mask like that for sure to start
Yeah.
off. But a lot of these people that are on like Fiverr or wherever, they'll tell you to just go to ChatGPT or just type in like something that will trend and
Mm.
even do automated videos to cover it. So I'm noticing we're finding other short clips for these same things that we researched to talk about. So that's kind of interesting. So Andre, can we still hear you through all that? You
Yeah,
got
man. I can hear you. I can hear you and talk to you.
it almost looks like Iron Man's mask with the heart piece in the center of it.
There's on my to-do list showing the group next month. I'm shooting out another list of glasses to buy and
Yeah.
helmets.
So if Jay wore that on his next interview with me, do you think he would sell more Yield Max?
Yeah, he probably would. People are like, what the heck?
Absolutely, right? It could be like the ARK Innovation Fund, the mascot, or OARK. Okay, so now let's go to the next one here.
Mm,
And pretty soon we're going to breeze through the rest and we're going to get to NVIDIA earnings.
yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Did you know?
I can see Volkswagen.
Yeah, in October 2008, a short squeeze on Volkswagen shares. I remember the car company Saab also went bankrupt in 2008. Okay, let's breeze through the rest of these, and then I'll get your input and your take on NVIDIA earnings.
Okay, I'm gonna bring that up on the screen while we wait.
Okay. So that's number 9. Number 10, the savings and loan crisis. Over 1,000 banks collapsed due to reckless lending, deregulation, and fraud, leading to a $160 billion taxpayer bailout. That was in the 80s and 90s. Now, it's interesting. A lot of economists say that was a precursor to what happened in the '07 to '09 Great Recession with the derivatives crisis and all that. Similar deregulation, reckless lending, the subprime mortgage crisis as well. So some parallels there. That was like the precursor. Number 11, the WeWork IPO debacle. WeWork's overhyped IPO collapsed after investors saw through Adam Newman's reckless spending, absurd valuation, and weak business model, leading to billions in losses. Definitely not good. Number 12, the fall of Theranos. Elizabeth Holmes fooled investors into believing her company had revolutionary blood testing tech, leading to billions in lost investments and a massive fraud conviction. I think there's other companies that did this too. Number 13, Facebook slash Meta stock crash of 2022. I can actually
That
speak
would have been a good.
personally. I can actually speak personally to this because I bought leaps on this. in that year, and by the following year they recovered, and that was actually one of my biggest options wins up to that point. So Meta, formerly Facebook, lost 232 billion in a single day, the biggest one-day market wipeout in history due to declining revenue and Zuckerberg's aggressive metaverse spending. But they recovered the next year, and look at them now. Number 14, the 2015 Chinese stock market crash. A stock bubble fueled by government interventions and excessive margin trading popped. Huh, that sounds familiar. Excessive margin trading, wiping out 5 trillion in market value, leading to economic instability. That affected our market as well because
Yeah.
2015, if I remember correctly, was a pretty much a down year for our markets too. And then number 15, I'm surprised this one's not higher on the list actually. Black Monday. This was the 1987 stock market crash, which was relatively quick but steep. The Dow Jones plunged 22% in a single day, the largest one-day percent drop in history, triggered by algorithmic trading and panic selling. And then we've got some honorable mentions. We've got the Luna Terra collapse in 2022, a major
Oh,
crypto
geez.
crash where a stablecoin lost its peg, wiping out 40 billion. What was it pegged to, though?
I think it was pegged to another crypto.
Oh, okay. Credit Suisse, this is a good one, 2023. One of the world's most respected banks fell due to mismanagement scandals and liquidity issues. I will say the government actually did a decent job of preventing like a crash from that, like what we saw in '08. And then another one I'm surprised didn't make the list, GameStop short squeeze in 2021. Retail investors on Reddit's Wall Street bets squeezed hedge funds, leading to billions in losses. And that's one that we all probably remember very well.
Yeah, especially
This,
was it the Robinhood shutting down trades and stuff?
right? This list shows, hold on. This list shows how bad decisions, greed, and lack of oversight have led to some of the biggest financial disasters in history. FTX's misuse of customer funds makes it one of the most notorious collapses ever. Okay, so that concludes that. Now let's get into Nvidia's earnings,
All
because this
right.
would be this could be however you look at it, a financial blunder, or it could the stock. So here's the thing. Remember, we talked yesterday offline. The stock, it looked like it was going to drop. It went up $6 a share today, but then it started falling again. Thankfully, I pounced on things this morning, and I was able to move a lot of things around and only take one loss. But anyway, let's look at what we've got for Nvidia's earnings.
Mm.
And so far, in the after hours, the market's not reacting too well to it. It's not. We're not seeing a bounce so far. Um, so what we've seen, so the earnings for at least the fourth time in a row was a beat. It was a beat on earnings per share by 5.22%, and then a revenue beat by 3.08%. But yet in the after hours, we're down $1.96. So the market's not liking something. Revenue year over year, we're up 94%. Net income, we're up 109%. Diluted EPS, we're up 111%. Net profit margin, 8%. All these are up. Operating income, 110%. Net change in cash, 248%. Cost of revenue, 89%. So there's something that the market's not liking.
Interesting. I mean, it's a temporary boost. Like, I'm looking at the chart, and the chart is popped up a little bit, but I think the next few days will confirm if it's temporary or it's going to last longer. But
So
that
that's
one
why
green
what
candle.
so so that's why what I did today, I bought a call option and I moved it out to March 14th as the expiration. That way it has a little bit of time in case it does start like a long-term bull run. But what are you seeing? You alluded to the red candle. What are you seeing on your
Okay.
charts?
Let me switch screens real quick.
Okay.
Actually, I need to switch these over here. Share screen. Cover screen. Okay. You there? See it?
Yeah, here we go.
Okay,
All
so
right,
if you
so
guys
here's
can
what we
hear
see.
me,
So this
all
goes
right,
back how far?
this is just the week, the daily, back until like December of last year.
Hmm.
I mean, if we look at the chart, we can definitely tell that since this gap got filled 100%, retraced down, Oh my god. No.
Look, then leap.
I gotta log in. I'm on my laptop, so it's not gonna be as easy to log into this stuff. But hey, as long as I don't do anything, we fine. So we have the support right here. It filled the gap 100%, and it retraced down. I mean, ideally it could fill up and go back to this resistance level up here, but I think most likely that these temporary gains might be short filled and head down to a lower price.
So at the end of it, do we have a green candle right there at the very end?
Yeah, there's a green candle, but it's not looking too safe for it. I mean,
Okay.
it is very close to a doji. Like a little bit more, and we'll have a doji.
Okay. Can you explain to the audience what that is?
A doji is price indecision. So it's
Okay.
like this right here. This little green candle here.
Yeah.
Like I don't like a bunch of wicks off of like a reaction candle. See how it's like something like big like this and it spikes up. If it
hmm
was a hammer or hammerish, then or like a candle that has no wick at the bottom, then you're looking at more upward momentum. But I mean, it's only for one candle. We got to see a couple of days out. So
hmm
most likely it will just balance out the second candle and possibly head down because it seems like the people who took this run took the profits. They had about 4 days to take profits, and then it's them selling off. I mean, to me, it's not a good time to enter. I would be putting buy limits right here and possibly down here, like $5 cheaper just to get a little spike up, but most
What do
likely
you think
down here.
reversed? So where your mouse is, if you move a little bit further to the left, it was like a consistent bull run from like right there all the way to there. So what changed? Why did it start
Well, I have this
on a
gap
bearish run?
down, and I don't
Mhm.
fall in the video at all, but this gap down, just a mark,
Was that the January one?
yeah, January 23rd.
Yeah, that was the biggest single market cap loss in a single day.
Boom, look at that.
Because
20
of
bucks
the
down.
whole deep seek situation. So it gapped down and then it
Yeah,
filled and it came back up and it was on a bullish run, but then it started dropping again.
yeah, that's typically what ends up happening. If you look at gaps, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Like, let's go through their history. Gaps typically fill. Like this
Yeah.
right here. Oh, filled right here. Let's see, let's
hmm
find another gap. That's the Doge. Kind of a gap right here.
How far back is this?
This is pretty far back. This is 2023. Like this right here, this is unnatural. To see you have a gap up
Is
and
that the
never come back.
May 2023? That was when they actually had the single biggest market capitalization increase because of an earnings report that day.
I mean,
That's when I told you. That's when I first told you about
yeah,
Nvidia.
even here, like look at this. Like this is a double gap up. It filled, and then it never came back from there. Like this, gaps usually always fill in a very short amount of time, and when they do fill, it's going to be like a big rush of money. So, like right now,
hmm
I would just sit on my hands and wait, or place a buy limit right here, anywhere in the zone,
hmm
because it should respect it and possibly go back to making the. Because right now, I mean, like if you look at the chart, like you can definitely tell we had a double top, a really big double top up here. It's almost the same price, like 153. So
hmm
those same prices were attempted on shorts. I mean, if you're shorting from this point position here down here, you're doing really, really well.
hmm
Especially how violent it is. So we'll see.
If you're
Maybe this
shorting
works again.
from that point up there.
Yeah, look. I mean, look at the entry. You can tell that these people, whoever it was, look how much. It's almost a completely perfect rectangle. That means
hmm
the high and open and the high and open are equal, and the close and the low are equal.
hmm
You don't get those type
So
of prices without planning this out.
so what's your prediction for what the stock's going to do tomorrow and
To me, I
Friday?
would say if it's a green candle here and it's barely making it, you might have another green candle that's not very big, or you have a red candle down. I think it has to go down lower to fulfill down these
Well,
prices
so the
first.
candle looks like this, right? It's like it's a green kind of stick like this, and it's got like
Let's see.
the thick piece right there, right?
Yeah, so it's a
I'm trying to
4 hour.
illustrate that. So what happened? So it had a wide range that it traded today. It was up all the way as high as $6 a share, and then it came back down. That's why you see like the stick with the little narrow, thick
Yep.
piece. So maybe it'll do the same thing tomorrow, you're thinking?
We'll see. I mean, I just feel like this type of reaction like this right here. I mean, yeah, I can feel it to go higher, but
Hmm.
typically it needs to sell off a little bit more from a big rally.
Okay.
I mean, I couldn't be wrong, but to me, there's no clear indication to buy or sell right now. I would be
Just
timing
probably
it out.
just hold basically.
Yeah, if you're already in and you're in a good price down here, I would just hold, move my
Hmm.
stop loss to break even or in profit, and then start placing in the trades.
Okay. All right,
Because
then that's pretty good. So all right, we've been going about 20 minutes.
oh, we got a comment in there. Yeah, from Richard King.
Yeah, he's usually a follower. He's usually the first one to show up.
Nice. What's up,
Yeah,
Richard? How you
welcome.
doing, man?
Hmm. So, well, anyway, I think we covered everything. That was good.
Hmm.
So, all right. Well, we'll
Yeah.
we'll come back on here. We'll do these collabs periodically.
Now I can breathe.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
you
didn't
got
put
to.
my mic in there, so I'm talking like super loud.
I can hear you fine.
Nice. Hope you guys have fun with this. There's one other thing about Nvidia though.
Yeah.
Since it's been beating its earnings so often, like I mean, this is actually amazing for it to keep bringing its earnings.
Hmm.
What will it do for its next one? Like, when is it going to come out? How like for a company to be winning so good for so long? To me, it's kind of like how long could it keep going for?
So when I'm in doubt like that, I just use my bots, like the 8 ball, and I say,
Oh yeah, because
is Nvidia gonna go up? And it says without a doubt. So there we go.
I mean,
The
like look
advanced
at this.
the advanced financial forecasting equipment says without a doubt.
Ooh, I mean, if you want, I mean, to me, this is like non-tradable. Like, I mean, this is like
Yeah,
in
it's
out
kind
and
of
out.
like it's you can't tell what it's going to do. It might just stay within the same price range for a while,
Mm.
which that's good for some traders because you can just sideways trade it.
Let me see. I mean, what's the dividend on 1.1%?
Dividend's irrelevant. Yeah, you don't own this for the dividend.
Yeah,
It's a classic growth stock. It's probably one of the best growth stocks.
interesting. I wish I got into this one more, but I've been exited out.
Yeah, you did well in it.
Yeah, I mean, I can see people who hold on to this stuff. Like when you were
And
talking
who
about,
and who first told you about Nvidia?
yeah, you did tell me about it.
Yeah,
I don't. I usually don't trade this type of stuff.
I know. Not U.S. stocks.
Oh my god! And you were talking about Facebook earlier. That is crazy. Look at that jump. Ooh. Why is Facebook such a good company? I don't know. I don't have no idea.
Um, hey, I just know, I've made money off of Facebook. That's all that matters. So let me just tell the audience how I played NVIDIA today. So
Mm.
I have a call that expires Friday. I sold 6 calls because I have 600 shares of NVIDIA. So worst case scenario, it would have got to 140. I would have been called out of all of those shares. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Doesn't look like it's going to be anywhere near 140. So what that means is that the premium I collected for that, which was basically
Mm.
$1,700, I keep all of that. Um,
Nice.
it's like free money. I also bought a call with a March 14th expiration date. I paid $484 for it. If NVIDIA runs up within the next 2 weeks, if it has a more slower, consistent run up,
Yeah.
then I would be at a gain. I could significantly gain. And then I rolled my puts that I had open before. I took a gain on the puts this morning, and then I rolled them out to March 28th. So in the event that Nvidia is at 130, then I would be forced to buy more shares of Nvidia at that price, but I doubt that's going to happen. I have a strong hunch that it's going to be above 130 by the end of March 28th, but we'll know. We'll know by then if I'm
Mm.
right or wrong. So that's how I've played Nvidia, and I also play it with NVDL, which is a levered Nvidia ETF by Granite Shares, and I've made quite a bit of juicy premium on that one. I also play SMCI. Um, there's another It's by Defiance. It's a levered ETF called SMCX. This one, I almost feel like, hey, here's a good one. Look up the chart on SMCX because I feel like this is being manipulated or something. This thing fluctuates like $30 a day. You see, isn't that crazy? Yeah, this thing fluctuates a ton.
How is that possible? What is this right here? 210?
See that?
84?
And it's not filling.
Wait, what is this? Defiance daily target 2x long SMC
Yeah,
NASDAQ?
so SMCI is the company, and this is a levered ETF for SMCI.
I don't understand. Hasn't NASDAQ been going up in value?
Yeah.
Then why is it down?
There's been different things in the news about this one. But yeah, you would think because it's a tech company and the tech
Yeah,
index being the NASDAQ basically is going up, you would think this would be going up too, right? But
yeah.
it's not always logical.
I mean, unless they're paying like a high dividend, right?
Hmm.
Let me see. Their dividend is what?
I don't think they actually pay a dividend.
Yeah, no dividend. Interesting.
But anyway, yeah, I just wanted you to look at that chart. That's because there's this one literally it's been $120, then it fell like 35, then it'll go up another 20 tomorrow. It's like one of the wildest ETFs I've ever seen. I don't even think technical analysis works on it.
Give me a second. This is weird. Hey, I would avoid this one. This is just too much. Just too violent.
Well, when it swings down, you can collect a lot of premium on it. That's the thing.
Oh, the options play. I mean, I don't even think. I mean, I would have to go to like Robinhood to try trading this stuff because I don't trade this normally, or I don't trade
Right.
this.
By the way, I asked Schwab to match the margin rates that Robinhood has today, so we'll see what they say.
Nice.
Yeah. But
Interesting.
anyway, well, I think that's enough for us here. We went 27 minutes. So, to the audience, thank you all for tuning in to both of us. Subscribe to Andre's channel, subscribe to my channel. And like I said, we'll do these periodically. Um, in the meantime, also join Discord, like, comment, and subscribe to both of us. And we'll see you all on the flip side. Any last words, Andre?
That's it, man. See you guys on the flip side once again. And deuces, man.
All
Peace.
right. Take care, everyone. Bye. All right.